Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Tabor, and today we're going to be going over one of the end-to-end encrypted devices. This is the MagTek encrypted end-to-end device. This is, if you can see it on the camera here, it's a small device that can be hooked up to the side of a monitor. There are a few labels on this, but these are just for our own testing references in-house. Normally it only comes with one little small label telling you the model number. And we're going to be going over this device today and how it works and what we can do with it. Again, this is our Keystroke Live, and today we're going to go over the MagTek encrypted device. And as always, we're doing our Wednesday 10 o'clock meetings, the Keystroke Live. Got a little different background. I'm recording from the office today as we're fixing the computer in the other room. So let's get started. This device here, the end-to-end encrypted device, I think they also call it the Dynamag, and I didn't put that in this note. But again, this is the device. It's a small keyboard wedge-looking device, but it can be encrypted by Mercury, by Merchant Warehouse, or JR's POS Depot for either of the two. That's the actual outside-looking side of it. That would be what you would see if you put it on the side of a monitor. And the reason for this device is twofold. Number one, if you're just doing credit cards, this could be used for end-to-end encryption, so credit cards never go through keystroke. And this device can also be used in tandem with other devices like an ID Tech Sign and Pay or a Merchant Warehouse Genius device that are kind of customer-facing. So the customer-facing devices can be used for, let's say, swiping your credit card, swiping your debit card, entering your PIN, signing, and so forth. This device can be used, besides just a credit card swipe, can be used for the clerks to issue, sell, and reload gift cards when you're using end-to-end encryption, so you don't have to worry about a mag strip reader that's on the side of your computer that can be used for inappropriate things that's not end-to-end encrypted. This device, as I mentioned up top, there's a part number. That's what this one is. What's kind of important is at the bottom of this presentation, you'll see there is a USB keyboard emulation, and that actually needs to be the case. We do not use a USB HID driver, so we actually plug this in via the USB port, and it is using keyboard emulation, although what leaves it is encrypted, so Keystroke never sees it. We just pass it along through KeyPay. And again, this can be used for both of those, and I'll show it to you one more time. Let's jump into Keystroke here, and I will kind of just do a quick sale on this, a sales transaction, and we'll see that it's rather simple to use. There is no setting in Configuration Manager for this device. It's just a matter of plugging in the USB cable that is provided into a USB port, and it pretty much loaded the driver. I just did it today on this Windows 8 machine, Windows 8.1 machine that I'm using today, and I'll go ahead and do a transaction. So as normal, if you have other devices set up, let's say a Sign and Pay or something, you can use that for the customer-facing device, but you might also use it for other reasons. Let me just show you the credit card. If I just do a credit card, here's the Keystroke screen. It's waiting for keyboard entry, and in the newer 7.15 build 51, actually build 50 started this, we have all the data import into credit card fields are actually encrypted. I'll just go ahead and swipe the card. This is a test card from Mercury. Populates the screen, goes through, and we get an approval. And right here, we hit the save button. So that was as simple as it is. That's really not a very hard to set up device. But as I said, this kind of goes in tandem with other devices. For instance, in our Keystroke tutor data, we have gift cards. Did I spell it right? So right here we have gift cards. We have things like a balance inquiry. I can do a couple things. Let me just go to this card reload. So this might be the clerk's job to reload or add money to a card. But first they may want to check a balance. But let me go ahead and swipe this. So this is a wrong card. This is the test gift card from Mercury. Swipe it through. I can just click on check balance right here and see that I've already loaded this for $15 earlier this morning. Sorry about the volume on the speakers there. And so it shows a balance of $15. If I cancel and go back, actually Keystroke stores this information on the actual transaction. So now that I know that there's a balance of $15, I can go ahead and sell myself something. And in this case, you might have the customer-facing device, the actual pin pad or signature capture device, take the gift card for them right from there, and you won't have to do anything else. Really, this device is used for the clerk to actually check for balances, add value to a card, and so forth. Or in this case, I'll just select gift card and just pay this one off with the gift card. And it shows the balance of $9.61 left on the card after the $5.39 sale. And I'll just go ahead and save that. Again, this is kind of in complement to some of the newer end-to-end encrypted devices for Mercury and Merchant Warehouse. Keep in mind we have the IDTech Sign and Pay, the MagTek iPad for Mercury. We have the Merchant Warehouse Genius device for Merchant Warehouse, and these can be used with them for end-to-end encryption. And this is kind of used alongside the all-in-one machines if you want to mount this to the monitor. It has the mounting screws and hardware, I believe, and it would sit on the side of the monitor. And the clerk can take care of everything if you don't choose to do ATM debit, PIN debit transactions. So that is it, kind of in a nutshell. I'm going to go back to, and the reason why we did this presentation today is, one, to make people aware that yes, there is a simple MagStrip reader. I think this lists for around $69 plus the price for encryption and shipping, so I'm sure it's going to be less than $100. And this uses end-to-end encryption with Mercury and Merchant Warehouse. And notice on the screen here, you can buy it from Mercury. We got ours from Mercury Direct. Directly, I should say. Merchant Warehouse, we got it directly from them. We also can order them through JR's POS Depot. As long as you mention that it needs to be the end-to-end encryption with the Mercury platform or the Merchant Warehouse platform, they can take care of that. So I'll open the questions up for right now. This is going to hopefully be a nice short and sweet message. And while I'm talking about this, next week President Michael Gebb will be talking next Wednesday. But I'll open up the microphones for any questions at this time about the device or anything you might not have seen that you need to know.
Yeah, I have a question. On the previous screen you had on there said not HID or something. Not go back. Can you go back one screen when you were just on?
Yeah, there are two.
USB HID. What is USB HID?
That's when you plug in a USB device and the vendor information has been installed with Windows, and it knows to go install a driver based on the vendor information. That is one option, to have the device programmed that way, or just a keyboard emulation. And we choose the keyboard emulation because it's simpler. We don't have to keep up with drivers. Number two, because we use keyboard emulation, this is an end-to-end encrypted device, so there's no hacking or keylogger that can grab it and uncode it. And we also have features in Keystroke while you're using it to never be able to use this device, let's say in a customer comment. It would actually just beep at you, do nothing. That's part of our new disable credit card protection parameter, which is you're not supposed to disable it. It's always there in Keystroke. That's a good question. If you look online for the Dynamag, you'll see two options, keyboard emulation or USB HID. You want to order the keyboard emulation device.
Okay, thank you.
Good question, Scott. Anybody else? Okay, well, thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, feel free to call our support line on these, and we have a few in the office, and we have one for Mercury and Merchant Warehouse, and we'll say goodbye for today. And again, next week is going to be Michael Gebb, first Wednesday with the President. Thank you. Have a good day.